In the early 19th century, the dusty town of San Antonio de Bejar stood as a strategic focal point in the Texas region, often called Tejas, part of the newly independent Mexico. As extraordinary as the landscape was, it was the setting for one of the most dramatic and heroic stands in history, the Battle of the Alamo. As tensions between the Mexican government and its settlers inflated, the Alamo, a sprawling fortress turned from a mission, emerged as the flashpoint of the struggle. The dusty walls stretched towards the Texas sky, cradling tales of frontier life and emerging conflict. Clip 1. The conception of the Alamo, the narrative begins with the origins of this iconic structure. Originally constructed as Mission San Antonio de Valero in the early 18th century, it served as a religious outpost. Over time, its strategic importance grew, establishing its place as a military fortress by the early 1800s. Clip 2. The struggle for Texas, each stone of the Alamo resonated with the undercurrents of rebellion. A clash of ideals brewed as Texian settlers, primarily from the United States, sought autonomy from Mexican rule. The tension between Anglo settlers and the Mexican government set the stage for an inevitable confrontation. Clip 3. A garrison of solitude by late 1835, the Alamo became the stronghold of Texian resistance, housing a motley assortment of volunteers led by renowned figures like James Bowie and William B. Travis, who defied Mexican authority. Their charismatic leadership unified the garrison in a pact of resistance. Clip 4. A glimpse of leadership. James Bowie, famed for his fighting spirit and the iconic Bowie knife, was known for his ruggedness and charisma. Commanding respect and loyalty, he had a pivotal role in preparing the Alamo's defenses. Clip 5. The arrival of Colonel William B. Travis, a lawyer turned soldier with a steely resolve, arrived at the Alamo amidst growing unease. With Bowie ill, Travis took command, epitomizing the spirit of defiance against overwhelming odds. Clip 6. David Crockett, a folk hero at the Alamo, the legendary frontiersman David Crockett, known for his tales of adventure, brought with him his backwoods wisdom and sharpshooting skill. His presence emboldened the men, becoming an integral part of this close-knit band. Clip 7. The build-up to conflict as 1836 dawned. The Alamo's defenders faced the grim reality of their circumstances. They knew reinforcements were unlikely. Still, the banners of defiance flew high, whispering promises of a brave stand regardless of the outcome. Clip 8. Mexican forces assembled General Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna, commanding the massive Mexican army, addressed his troops, promising victory. The imposing army marched from the south, a formidable force cutting across the barren landscape towards the Alamo. Clip 9. Preparations inside the Alamo within the fortress walls. Defenders worked feverishly in somber anticipation. Improvised defenses were erected, cannons positioned, and a determination to hold the fort was steeled among the men. Clip 10. The letter from Travis penned a fervent plea for help, famous for its closing vow: victory or death. His determination emphasized the gravity of their situation and rallied support across Texas for resistance. Clip 11. The first shots fired a calm morning in February shattered with cannon fire, marking the relentless start of the Mexican assault. The defenders responded with their own barrage, establishing a rhythm of combat that defined the ensuing days. Clip 12. The siege begins surrounded by artillery and infantry. The Alamo withstood the first terrible onslaught. Each attack was fierce, but defenders held steadfast, emboldened by a fierce determination. Clip 13. Hope and despair days of siege took a toll, and within the fortress, anxiety melded with hope. Defenders held onto fleeting hopes of reinforcements, while grappling with the stark reality of their situation. Clip 14. The final reinforcement, 32 brave men from Gonzales, forced their way into the Alamo, bolstering the garrison's numbers and morale.